In a world where textures collide, there was a battle between waves and curls right here on the Means by Mell YouTube channel. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, your main girl Mel. I'm a hairstylist, curly hair specialist, and your hair guru, here to help train you to figure out your routine, which I have done with these queens. Today you will see how she and my C's that's a great video game. This is absolutely, ma'am. It's a battle. Okay, it's a battle, ma'am. Both style their wavy versus their curly hair routines using the same products. They really said, we're not so different, you and I.
We're not so different, you and I.
Perfect. So stay tuned to learn how to tweak your routines, including
Learning about the right product type,
the right amount,
styling technique,
and tools to use.
for your hair type. And now for a little background about the products they are going to be using. Here we have the new drugstore line Twist by Weedad, which you may have already seen in a first impressions review I did on this channel a few months ago. We're so excited to partner with them to share with you the products that we think work the best for all hair types. They
and
have
are
many.
also very affordable.
Coming right up, so without further ado,
Let's get to it.
Your hairs are drying, okay? Get the spray bottle. A little background of our stunning models. We have the...
I'm Amanda, Mel's curly sister. I had extremely damaged wavy hair, or so I thought, up until about 3 years ago when Mel and I started this YouTube channel and started to properly care for my hair.
I'm Tiffany, Mel and Amanda's wavy cousin, and I have been wearing my hair natural, playing with different routines over the last year. It's so easy too that I'm so glad I started this a year ago because it just makes my hair feel so much better and healthier.
Before we begin styling, we made sure to, of course, wash our hair. We both used the light clarifying shampoo and followed with a deep conditioning mask. This is Twist Sunday Feels Deeply Hydrating Hair Mask from their Extra Moisture collection. We left this in for about 3 to 5 minutes and rinsed, and now we're ready to begin styling. So on my damp curly hair, I typically start by prepping my hair with a leave-in conditioner. This one is from Twist. It is their Curl Goals Moisture Locking Leave-In Conditioner. This is from their Extra Moisture line, and you can see the level of moisture that's labeled on the bottle of every product here. So it's about a 3 to 5 when it comes to moisture, and it also has some rice proteins in here, which is really nice because it's going to help strengthen and fortify the curl and bounce in my hair for the perfect protein moisture balance.
Preparing the hair is like priming your face for makeup. You have to prime the hair for all the styling products you're about to put on. This is a leave-in conditioner. It's going to give nourishment to your hair as well. It's going to provide her with long-lasting moisture, long-lasting juicy curls, which we want, so we don't have to wash and restyle our hair every single day. This gives us the longevity, and it's also going to allow her to detangle her hair with ease, so that when she goes in brushing, there's going to be no funny business.
Okay, so my hair is soaking. I just went and dipped it in the sink because it got a little dry. And I like to style with my hair with soaking wet hair because
Soaking wet, you heard her?
Yes,
Soaking.
soaking wet because I find it works best. So now I'm gonna apply the leave-in conditioner as well.
This is the same one my curly sister used because it's really not about the type of product, it's about how much you're using. You may notice Tiffany is not spraying nearly as much as my sister Amanda because with wavy hair, it can get very easily weighed down. Round 1 is now complete. We have our prep products in. Notice the main differences so far is that Amanda styled with her hair, it's wet, but it's not soaking wet. Then there's Tiffany, her hair is literally dripping, as it should be, ma'am, if she wants her waves to look super juicy. Moving on to round 2, styling.
So now, as my one and only styler, I'm going in with the curl defining gel. I use about this much, not too much. This gel is pretty creamy, and I like to put it on with my head flipped upside down.
See how this is a gel she can actually brush through her hair? Like she said, this gel is very creamy, and for hair that is actually wavy and can get easily weighed down with too many products, this is the perfect one and done. Great to go on top of a leave-in conditioner to add that curl definition and hold and everything you need from your styler. It feels very comfortable in the hair to even brush through, which we usually don't do with the gel. So Tiffany's tool of choice here is the Denman brush. This is the D3 that's looking a little funky. If you notice, she has a couple rows removed. What happens when you remove rows from a Denman brush is it releases the amount of tension. So the brush won't pull and tug so much on the hair that could brush out the waves while still clumping the curls together to get these juicy chunks.
So after I finish brushing it, I then go in and start to scrunch my hair.
Oh, can we get it? That ASMR though. At this point is when you can really see those curls coming back together. Brushing can always look super scary in wavy hair, but once you scrunch and squish and squeeze all that product to marinate, the hair just comes to life. Oh, this is looking fantastic.
One eternity later.
How long do you think you scrunch for?
Only a couple minutes.
It has now been 2 hours and Tiffany is still scrunching.
No, I like to just scrunch for a couple minutes because that's how I make sure I get the best possible curls or waves as I can.
No clump gets left behind.
Nope.
Oh, and now she's taking her damp microfiber towel that has been around her shoulders and on her hair to really absorb all that extra moisture.
So in order to plop, the first thing I do is put my towel down on a flat surface, and then I slowly begin to lower my hair down into the towel while gathering the rest of the towel and start to turn it and then flip up. After I flip it over, I tie it to secure it at the back. Plopped. And I stay like this for about 15 minutes until it's time to diffuse.
How is Amanda going to compare with her routine?
When styling my curly hair, I like to start by styling it in sections and using a curl cream. A styling cream is really important for me because it encourages extra moisture and helps me control the curl a lot easier because of the texture of it. This one is Twist Weather Up Super Light Styling Lotion. It is a part of their Extra Moisture for Curls line. Although it's extra moisturizing, this as well is super lightweight, and it also has a little bit of proteins, which is going to help encourage that bounce once again.
This is because coarse hair, as the strands are very thick, can be a little resistant, and in order to actually hold them down and control the frizz that can really occur on coarse hair, the cream helps to fully coat and just give that long-lasting moisture.
And if you have thick hair like me at home, or even if you don't, I really find it helpful to apply styling creams and begin styling using a brush, if that's your preferred method of styling, in sections. And just allows for a better hair day, in my opinion.
Sections are super key for curlies because you have so much more curl and texture to the hair that if you really want to define all of it, you need to section it. And you'll see this in compared to our wavy, who doesn't need to go in with as many sections. What determines this is how many clumps your hair curls into. And the curlier your hair, like my sis there, or me, the more sectioning you will need.
So I'm using a brush today. This is from Tangle Teezer.
All those skinny little teeth that are on this Tangle Teezer wet detangler really help to smooth all those baby little strands that we see in curly hair, especially as wet frizz. So for the ultimate smoothing and curl clumping and frizz control, styling with a brush with many teeth like this, especially on hair that is curly, is very helpful.
And after I've worked through that section with the brush, I always make sure to give it a little bit of a scrunch before moving on to the next.
Notice how Amanda just added more product to every section that she has sectioned. She continues to apply more to make sure her hair from root to tip is saturated. As you can see, these queen styling, they both have a lot of hair. The difference is the amount of curl and the hair texture. Not the curl type, but the hair texture. Amanda's texture is coarse, so each individual strand is thick, whereas Tiffany's hair is more fine. And this is what's going to help to determine how much product you are going to need. And the reason why sister Curly Amanda is using more and an additional product. On to the last section here. Sister has taken quite some time now. Not really. This has taken about 10 minutes total to apply.
And when I'm styling the top section here, I like to take small diagonal sections along the top of my head. I'm taking 90-degree angles along the top of my head in order to get a lot of lift and volume at the root. without getting a strong defined part. And to finish off the styling process, I always finish with a gel. Today I'm using the Weather Up Weightless Curl Defining Gel. This one's really nice because it does amazing in humidity. This is a part of Twist Light Moisture line, so the difference between this and the other products that I was using is that it's going to give a nice medium hold, which is going to give a lot of nice definition to the hair without the crunch, which is what we love, or what I love in curly hair. And when I'm applying my gel, I like to first distribute it throughout my hands, just like this. You can see this product is super, super creamy, and it makes it really easy to distribute. And when I'm distributing gel, I just like to use a praying hands motion and just kind of distribute it and lightly glaze it over all of my hair. And to finish, I'm just going to scrunch everything in.
And now that leads us to the end of round 2. Both of you beauties have your styling products in. You'll notice round 2 was a little bit lengthy because round 2 is where the meat was. That is where we have defined our curls, set the curls in place. Now, Amanda, you brought up a very interesting point about gel and how it is essential.
For curly, coily, wavy, I feel like for all textured hair, gel is definitely a key product that I feel helps create a longer lasting style so that you don't have to style your hair or deal with frizz as often as you would normally if you're just using a cream.
Tiffo, what would you have to say about that? Gel compared to mousse, which is another product that many people with texture can use to add volume and hold to the hair. What's your experience as a wavy been like?
So I prefer to use gel. A while ago I was using mousse, and I found that it made my hair very like crunchy, and it felt very like hard, like I always had like hairspray in my hair. But when I transformed to using gel, I never felt that way, and it always feels so smooth. And I like gel a lot more because it just makes my hair feel a lot lighter as well, because the mousse felt like it always just weighed it down.
And
wow, that's kind of interesting.
Transform you did. Now, I do want to add on that note, some people have the exact same experience, but with gel. Some people are anti-gel because it can make their hair very crispy. And what it really comes down to is if your hair is more wet when you are applying, if your hair is more wet and has more cream / conditioners in your hair before applying your gels and your mousses, it won't be as crispy. But not all gels are crispy, and not all mousses are crispy. It's just about finding the right one for you. Let's see how the crispy crunch looks in your hairs. Now we're going to get into the drying phase. Tifo's already got a kickstart on that.
Yep.
Let's see what we're looking like underneath the plop.
Okay, so now I'm gonna start diffusing my hair.
Now hold on, Tiffany, Miss Wavy Queen. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Along your wavy hair journey, again, it's been about a year that you've been styling your hair wavy.
Yeah.
Do you ever add extra gel or mousse at this stage in your routine after plopping?
No, I never add anything after.
You just
popping.
go straight
I go
into
straight
diffusing.
to diffuse, yeah.
Now here's a hot tip, because you can apply more product now.
Oh.
It doesn't need much, but you can either go in with more gel or mousse for a little extra scrunching. It's going to help keep those clumps together. And if you find your hair falls flat easier, this is just going to help reinforce that hold. Now that all of that water is absorbed, what happens with the water, and especially once we have plopped, you have really diluted your product and scrunched out any of the excess water and weight that is going to weigh down your hair. Now your hair is like almost dry, it's weightless. Scrunching in a little extra gel will do even more for you. So I'm going to show you how. You don't need much, just a touch. I would just put this on wet hands and just kind of emulsify this in between your hands and scrunch that in. Just scrunch.
And now I'm going to start diffusing, and I like to use the hot temperature at the high speed because I find that works best for me. And what I like to do is I like to start by flipping my hair upside down.
Tiff with the diffusing techniques, she's hitting those roots first. We always want to dry the roots first, especially since she's had her hair in a plop. Her roots are very moist right now, and for scalp health, we want to make sure that they dry nice and first. And she's actually getting a little massage in there with the diffuser. And once after the roots are nice and dry, the ends have had a little bit more time to set with that gel. And look at her. She is scrunching away, lift, hold, and repeat to fully dry her wavies.
So So before my hair is completely dry, I just like to flip it all to one side and then the next side and just diffuse for just a little bit longer. To diffuse my hair, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes.
That's because half of the dry time was done
by the plop, yeah.
And to dry my curly hair, I always prefer to diffuse my curls because number one, my hair takes 7.5 years to dry, and number two, I always love the volume and the bounce that diffusing my curls gives to my hair. When I air dry, not only does it take forever, but I notice that there's not as much definition, not as much bounce and volume in my hair, and I get just that with my diffuser. So I always like to start on high heat and high speed, hovering at my roots first, and then once my roots are about 70% dry, I'll turn the heat down a bit and begin to scrunch until it's fully dried. And if you're wondering, diffusing my curly hair takes me anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes.
Applying our oil and serum would be round 3, which is finishing.
So once I'm all done diffusing and it's all dry, I just like to go in with the multi-use miracle oil, just a little bit.
Oils and serums are some of my favorite hair products, not only on my wash day to help seal everything in, break a little bit of that cast, which by the way is about a medium hold, but it also helps add shine to the hair. Plus, it's also something that I will reapply throughout the wash week to help again add shine and reduce any frizz and flyaways that I will get throughout my wash week.
And then once I've applied the oil, I'm all done, and that's the end of my routine.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, ma'am.
Give her a spin.
Wow, you look fabulous.
I feel fabulous. So this is it. My hair feels really good. As I said, I like gel, and it doesn't feel crunchy at all. It feels really nice and smooth, and I just love the way that these products make my hair feel. They don't make them feel heavy. They don't weigh me down. They just feel light and bouncy. And I love the way it looks. It's so easy too that I'm so glad I started this a year ago because it just makes my hair feel so much better and healthier, and it makes me look so much better.
And here's my end result. I love this routine because it's so lightweight. My curls are so bouncy. You can see just by the root volume that I have on my hair. And because of that really perfect protein moisture balance that I got from a lot of the products that I use today, it obviously worked really well for me because my curls are really defined and clumped together.
Now that we have finished, 3 rounds have been completed, we have now seen a wavy versus a curly hair routine using the same products, just different amounts, different techniques, different tools, same fabulousness. Come on, give it up for the girls. You're both winners here today. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for joining us on the channel yet again.
Thank you so much for having me. I was really excited to be back.
We love you. We love you, and we got you. That's why we were so excited to bring you this affordable hair routine brought to you by Twist by WeDad. You can find them at Walmart, or you can conveniently find them in the description box below
With some discounts.
with coupon codes, discount codes. So check out the description box for our links.
I have a question for you before you leave.
Oh,
Let us know what different techniques and tools that you like to use on your hair texture so that we can all learn from all the different hair textures that there are, because obviously it's not just what you're seeing here. There's a lot more beautiful hair textures out there, so let us know your tips down below.
and remember, curly hair routines are not a one-size-fits-all. Notice how we never really mention, 2A, 2B, 2C, 3A, 3B, 3C. We don't mention this number system here because it really doesn't matter, okay? Thank you so much for watching. On that note, this has been your main girls, and we are out.
Peace.
Thank you. And without further ado, let's get to it. I need a tissue. What's good, everybody, and welcome back. I'm your host and your main girl, Mell. Where's my name tag? It's fine. Don't mind me if I sound raspy. And today, she...
Oh, is that what I was supposed to call it?
No, she... Ma'am, don't even look at me like that. Which I have dinner.
We're
Not so different, you and I.
Put your back into it, man.
We're not so different, you and I.
Okay, I'll get away. I just want you guys to look at each other like, we're not so different, you and I.
Wait, I need to...
Action.
not so
Are we supposed to say it at the same time?
Yes, at the same
Yes,
time.
we
At the same
are.
time.
We're not so different, you and I.
It's excellent. And the Oscar goes to
Me!
You know whom?
We
want
fabulous!
And this
clean up on aisle 12.
Okay, look at
Twins!
Looking at it like this, we kind of look like twins.
I
Like
told
from this
you.
distance.
Oh, Tiff! Watch your head.
Hold on.
Snatched. You look like you got a facelift. Once we're dry. Wow, God, my legs are hurting there.
We did it! We did it!
Can I